As reported a few weeks ago, Spot Bagel is moving from its current location to a new location on Central Street. Well, the process continued at the planning board on Monday when the owner applied for a special permit for store signage.
The condition would be that all the tenants will comply with the
sign bylaw,
that
section 6.2.
the landlord will convey
Where
to
there's
all the
lease.
tenants that they have to comply with
Yep.
the zoning bylaw.
Was there anything specific about the awnings on his buildings that you won't have any writing there? Or
So
is
that
it-
was mentioned by.
Well,
it's
you
up
wouldn't
the
be able
board.
to because those would be signs and you'd have to come back again for those. So he couldn't put them there
Right, okay.
because that would be considered a sign.
Okay.
All
Second.
right. Second. Anything else on the motion? Seeing none, we'll put it to a vote. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Unanimous. Good luck, Perry.
Thank you very much.
Following the Spot hearing, Power Lane Development presented a subdivision modification to the board. After a brief discussion, the plan for the modification passed. The next planning board meeting will be July 22nd. The majority of Monday's Finance Commission meeting was spent discussing municipal fund transfers. Town officials and department heads made requests to have municipal funds transferred in their accounts to cover the cost of many various items. After all the fund transfers were approved, the discussion shifted to the override. Management of the financial budget FY 2020 through 2024 on the town and school side was the focus of the conversation. The next Finance Commission meeting was yet to be scheduled. Under unfinished business during the Selectmen's meeting, Selectman David Hajar reported back to the board on the possible uses of Buckmaster Pond. He also provided the board with newly revised rules and regulations for the Dempsey Memorial Bandstand and updated cemetery fee schedule.
And our goal is really to make the cemetery operation as close to self-sustaining as possible. We didn't view sort of the operation of the cemetery with all love and care for the individuals that end up there as on the same need as like the Board of Health or the, other departments in town. And if you look at some of the information that's provided, you'll see that you folks, based on a review several years ago, were at 100% sustainability, and then we have dropped significantly because I don't think we've, as a team, kept up to date with what's going on.
Selectman Plasko did have some concerns over some of the language added to the rules and regulations for the bandstand.
So I think there's one or two things that you're actually proposing here, such as that smoking ban and maybe the recommendations from town council that we should consider. But I think they should be brought out cleanly as suggested amendments to the existing rules and regulations rather than this whole basically convoluted new regulations.
All right, well, I'll be kind and say, I guess I'll take offense with convoluted. First of all, what's convoluted is that we have two documents that are given out today. One at the very top of that document says, check new rules and regulations later in the document. So.
Well, I don't know where that ever came from.
Oh, well, this is what people are given. So when we did reduce it from 11 down to 4 pages by trying to eliminate, and clearly based on some of the duplications that Alan, Mr. Howard has shown, we can reduce it even more. Now, we can go through it, but clearly there are 4 letters, different types of letters. I trust our administrative staff to know what letters need to go to whom. And as I said, there is duplication between the first set of rules and the second set of rules. This was meant to, let's just have one document, not 2 sets of documents.
We only have one document.
No, we don't. And
Yes.
that's not what's given. You can say that, Bill.
Then we have to correct our staff in the practice, but in the votes by this board, in accordance with our town bylaw, these are the regulations.
That's
period.
fine. There's no
Period.
reason why,
Period.
there's no reason why a cleaned up version can't be submitted for the board to review.
Right, but
Whether it's
this is not a cleaned up version.
whether it's new formatting or just an update of the existing, what difference does it make?
Chairman Bishop made some clarification regarding the matter of rules and regulations on that bandstand.
I think this is going to take a little more work, whether we have to look at it again over a period of time, but Article 37 of the Town Bylaws, Section 2, any proposed regulation for the use of the common shall be first read at a regularly scheduled meeting for the Board of Selectmen and may subsequently be voted on for adoption at a meeting of the board not less than 2 weeks or more than 4 weeks following the initial reading. So whatever happens, we can't do it tonight anyway, unless I'm reading that wrong.
The next Board of Selectmen meeting will be July 23rd at 7 p.m. Boston Skating Club was discussed at the Trails Advisory Committee as a possible place to gain access for trails. Committee member Lee Leach also discussed his visit to Pestwick Park with Conservation Agent Al Getz and Scout Adam Green. You may remember that Adam visited the Trails Advisory Committee back in June to discuss a project he would be working on throughout the summer. The next Trails Subcommittee meeting will be Tuesday, July 23rd at 7 p.m. To watch complete government coverage, tune into the NCM Government channel or watch it on demand at norwoodcommunitymedia.org.